The amount of cardio I'm doing is definitely helping with that. The reason I'm doing it, the lads are on my mind. I'm listening to military audio books probably 2 out of 3 days that I'm doing it. I'm very aware of the reasons why I'm doing this. I'm very aware of the reasons why I will not be quitting on this. And these are partially the reason why I know I'm not going to stop on this. You know, I'm here to have sore legs and sore feet and sore heels. And that's enough for me to push through and keep going.
I'm an armed forces veteran. I served in Afghanistan twice and in Iraq once. I left the armed forces in 2009 and I've been looking to get back in shape over the last year or so. And every November I've kind of done something, some sort of physical challenge or test, even though I've not actually been fit enough to complete them. And I don't know if it's out of remembrance or out of regret or out of some burning desire to remember the lads that we lost. 45 days, 457 kilometres. This feels like a challenge. This feels like a significant amount of personal pain that it would be worth putting myself through this. It's a grind. So that's what I decided to do, 457k to remember the 457 lads that we lost in Afghanistan.
I think a lot of soldiers miss the closeness of the brotherhood. The thought that you would literally sacrifice your life for this other human being who for 21 years of your life didn't know. You happen to be going through the same class of basic training together, you end up at the same regiment, you go to war together, you might have only known them for a year of your life, but there's a willingness to lay down your life for them. How do you do that? How does that come about? It's weird, but it's real. You know, you spend some great times together, you spend the worst of times together when you have to bury friends or you lose comrades, and you probably share thoughts, and the conversation's never the superficial stuff that you might have had with somebody you went to school with or maybe somebody that you work with. The conversation goes different because you're sleeping in the same room as these people, you're going through intense hardships with these people, and it's almost indescribable what soldiers' camaraderie is all about. There was a guy messaged me on Instagram the other day, and with soldiers it's kind of like, what years was you in? Which tours did you do? And he'd done 2 tours of Iraq, 1 tour of Afghanistan in the reverse order that I did them. And the first thing he said was Iraq. He was like, oh, the rockets. And yeah, the rockets in Iraq were horrible. Trying to do the physical challenges every November, I don't know if I could pinpoint exactly what that was. It was only really when I was talking to my therapist that I had last year where it really came a conscious thing that I was doing. I wasn't aware I was doing it. My wife was. She'd noticed. I hadn't noticed. I think it's a combination of things. Bonfire night is horrible for veterans. Veterans that have been under IDF, indirect fire, been mortared and shelled and rocketed. Bonfire night is absolutely horrendous. And I don't like it. I won't go to bonfire nights. I won't go to firework displays. I can't handle it. And it's a good 2 or 3 weeks where you're almost bombarded with imagery, noises, sensations, where you can't get away from it. And I don't know if it's just all of those sort of experiences kind of get shoved to the front, and then it's kind of looking at myself and going, have I still got it? Is it an insecurity thing in myself? Is it a need to prove to myself that I am still capable? I am still a soldier deep down. And it's probably something in that, if not exactly that. And One of the problems with PTSD is that one of the symptoms of PTSD is not wanting to talk about it. So believe me, mate, I understand. You don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want to talk to yourself. And for all the people that go, hey, reach out, message me, you won't. I wouldn't have. And I know you won't. But what I'll say is, there is help. And you might need a family member to intervene. But it's got to come from you. Yeah, you got to make the first move. It's the same as fire and movement. If you're not firing and you're not moving, you're dead. So you got to make the move. You got to make it happen. Literally, the lady I was talking to would be like, everything you're saying is everything all of the lads say. And I don't know why hearing that was really comforting. Because you think, am I broken here? Like, obviously, we're doing the walks with the British Legion. The British Legion's got all sorts. There's nothing that you can tell them that they've not heard before, for sure. But like I said, the military veteran service is one I spoke to, and I couldn't recommend them enough. It was amazing.
At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.